Generals, gentlemen.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Generals, Gentlemen, and Romeo is going to be the US forces trying to charm his way into our hearts today. I'm Claude Ferber.
I am the Machine, and that was Archon Hawk trying to pun his way into the intro.
And it looks like we got Cataclaw as the Wehrmacht on the western side of Colony Sum.
Yeah, indeed. Definitely.
Oh, by the way, I'm Lifer.
He's Lifer. It's true.
Awesome.
Indeed. Other than that, this is the new colony. Again, several changes make it a lot better. Let's see how they play this one out. We have casted this matchup twice in a row.
Yeah.
But at least they've exchanged starting positions to make it slightly more interesting.
Yeah.
They've swapped. It's going to be fun.
I hope we see more Pigger and Spam.
I'm hoping to see upgrades on infantry this time for our
I'd like to
US
see that.
forces. I think it's... The last two games we've cast have actually really highlighted how much the riflemen against Wehrmacht, they just need the upgrades at some point in the game. It gets to the... Or you need better combat infantry.
I think you need upgrades if the Grenadiers get upgrades.
Yeah, upgrades. Yeah, exactly.
Like, they're pretty similar. Like, once they don't have upgrades, and when they do, then again... They do tend to come ahead pretty significantly. Fighting position,
That's cool.
whoa.
It's a cool
The
position as
rifle
well.
made
It's a good
ignores
spot.
cover, so he can lob that straight over the hedge and fight all around that area. So that's quite an interesting, cool little move there.
Yeah, especially because on Kolodny, there really isn't a lot of aggressive capping, because it's very easy to hold your territory. So having that there, he may use it to defend his cutoff. That's actually pretty clever. And
I
then
like that.
later on, if there is a bit of munitions float, he can get the 50 cal later on. Also, bear in mind, this garrison will keep it alive from packs. It's actually a really good positioning.
That's cool.
Fantastic.
Shout out to Romeo.
Yeah, I was just thinking, sometimes you might find yourself with a little bit of a manpower float early in the game if you go for your 3 riflemen and you're waiting for your fuel for the lieutenant. This, I would have probably done it after the third rifleman.
Yeah.
However, it's still, he's got it out now, and we'll just see how he uses it. It could be interesting. Can we take a look at Cataclaw's commander choices?
Yep, sure.
Go.
Wow, elite infantry,
Lightning.
strafe tiger,
Lightning War.
Yep, he's definitely in it to win it. 3 of probably the strongest commanders.
Yeah.
In the history of Company of Heroes 2, and
So good chance we're going to see some G43s, which would be interesting to see how they fare against the US forces.
I think they're pretty good because G43s, you get a lot more medium and close range firepower, and that's exactly what you need against riflemen because they have that edge generally. With G43s though, it turns it around. LMGs are still quite nice to have, but I actually pretty enjoy G43s because then you can be very aggressive as well. LMGs are very defensive.
yeah.
Yeah, I've used them and they are good. Oh, this is a nice place to put some wire down to deny the new heavy cover spot for the Eastern player, so automatically denying some of the new map improvements.
Can get the light cover though, but not quite the heavy just yet.
And here comes the right fighting position.
Yeah, good placement here from Cataclaw. Isn't in neg cover, but isn't capping now that he lost the squad here. Rifle getting very low. And rifle grenades over the wall. Not quite going to hit anyone backing away just in time. So the munitions point has held on. Munitions are quite important for Americans if you can actually get those upgrades rolling. Romeo hasn't got any tech just yet. Can afford his lieutenant though if he goes for that one.
Maybe he's holding his fuel for the captain. It'd be quite interesting to see if he goes straight to tier 3. Nope, lieutenant is built.
Yeah, indeed.
Pretty standard pickup.
We'll give him those, the M20, the M15, as well as just the fact that he gets the access to the lieutenant, which is a very strong unit.
I just want to point out here, usually we see at this point the US forces dominating more than 50% of the map, and perhaps this fighting position just delayed him a little bit moving around with his rifles.
Yeah, a lot of garrisons as well here, so can't quite push through that. Garrison does give really good strong defensive positions there indeed. It's sort of like Co-1 matchup where, riflemen would generally get the most of the map because they're just more effective than grenadiers. But the Germans can really hold the line with the MGs and with the support weapons and then start to sort of trade cost effectively. MG will suppress down the rifleman. Isn't quite behind the cover though.
Scumbag.
Can't find it. And I just noticed here that the fighting position is now upgrading the Browning 50 cal machine gun, which is great because it's going to keep...
It's only 60.
There's only 60 munitions here. And it's going to cover the cutoff point here, and you can see he's now transitioning all of his units north, knowing that he's got a pretty good chance he can defend his southern resources.
Yeah, really clever, but unfortunately it won't protect him if he goes down south.
Yeah.
Still does actually have the rear echelon inside of it though, so, hey, why not? Rear echelon don't really have much combat ability. Oh, he didn't wire that off though. He should have wired that.
Need to wire that. Maybe he didn't know. I mean, until you get flanked, do you really know? He does now. The rear echelon going to have to retreat from this one.
Yeah, and bear in mind, small arms can actually destroy the fighting position. It's not a bunker by any means, so he's going to have to defend that one before it gets taken back. But here comes the lieutenant and the rifleman, so definitely we'll be able to deal with these. Heavy cover is going to be nice, but we won't actually get there in time.
And we're going to see an M20 soon as well, which would have free reign on the battlefield early on, unless he gets a bit sloppy and gets bent up.
3 Grens into MG seems to be the standard build order coming out of Wehrmacht in this matchup, as opposed to 4 or 5 Grens in Soviets. Going through the open though, but still once they get up close, the riflemen, especially Lieutenant, do have really good close range damage.
Focusing the Lieutenant down here.
Yeah, that's actually good play as well. We'll have
and
to
the rifle nade.
Oh,
lovely
wow.
play.
Wipe the Lieutenant. That's a huge blow. Romeo can rebuild it for no fuel, but still losing that much manpower isn't exactly cheap to rebuild 300.
Yeah.
So they tap on another 100 manpower and drop the fuel investment.
Yeah, same with the captain as well.
Okay.
Other than that, Cataclaw didn't lose any squads either. Going for a P-Grand squad.
Nice.
That's Nelly.
Has a lot of munitions as well. So actually a really good play. He saw the lieutenant, figured that there was either the M20 or the M15 coming, of which Shreks are ideal. In the garrison, so the M20 can deal with that. Doesn't have the armored skirts, I do believe. No, it does have armored skirts, so the MG won't be very effective. And the M20s are actually pretty good against garrisons, because you can get up really close with the MG. Pioneers are moving in, won't be able to get the wipe on retreat.
You're not. It's a really nice play, I think. I think the preemptive positioning from Cataclaw thus far with its Grenadiers has been pretty damn fantastic. Always does seem to be catching the riflemen as they're running into the Grenadiers, and hasn't really lost an engagement yet. I think the P-Grens moving out of the field as well is going to limit the effectiveness of the M20. It really doesn't have free reign for very long, which it does want, because it is that bit of a fuel investment as well as having to go for the lieutenant first.
I think it's more the manpower investment.
Yeah.
Like, they actually do cost a fair bit, 340.
Oh, it is.
The 20 fuel
nice.
isn't a huge deal, but also with the M15 available, you could go for that. But generally the M20 and the M15, a little bit overkill, having both.
Panzer Shreks immediately on the Panzer Grenadiers, which is great. And we're seeing the mine being laid here from the M20, which is good. Hopefully, for his sake, he doesn't get spotted by Cataclaw, because it's very unlikely he's going to get sweepers.
Yeah, definitely. With no mines on your rear echelon, it does give you less incentive, but when you see an M20, generally is a good idea if you see M20, but not with any bars. Then... This
is cool. He's dropping himself a 50 cal.
Nice.
Even though he's tier 2, he could build it, but because he wants to hold the north, that's going to be the ideal tool against those Grenadiers.
Yeah, so Romeo has gone for his airborne. Shrek doing some pretty good damage, taking it very low. We'll back away from that one. Meanwhile, Rifleman here getting shredded by the MG and the Grens. If he retreats now, it should be fine, but he's not retreating just yet. Watching the M20, may lose the squad here. That's his second squad loss if he doesn't get away from that one. Loses the Vet 1 rifle squad. That's a bit of a blow now.
Very unfortunate. The Grens are still up at the top there, and they do get 2 Shreks down onto the M20. Looks like they're going to be moving in to finish it off, and they might get there as well.
Rifleman, can they save the day here? Even the Peach Grens doing some pretty good damage with the STG-44's grenade coming in as well. Loses the STG, so he can't wipe the squad, but definitely the M20 sticking around for far too long. He's actually driving in, wanting to find the push. He may even find it here, and he may wipe both the P-Grens. He will get the Shrek, and that is a huge victory here, getting the Shrek and almost killing it. Yeah,
to pull that move.
But pretty good RNG. Shrek missing
two Shreks. Yeah, 2 Shreks missed during that engagement. Just very lucky. And
if this is upgunned, that's
221. I don't know if it's going down.
No.
Doesn't have the fuel and
the munitions for it. No.
With the armored skirts, the non-up gun won't be able to deal with it. Pretty good RNG though. Again, Cataclaw not losing the squad. Surprisingly, he didn't lose that one, but
interesting trade there.
Yeah, losing
backs up to the 50 cal where I think he'll look to repair, and I think Cataclaw's seen it, so he's not going to go straight in there with the 221.
Yeah, the bazooka and the MG will do some pretty good damage against the scout car. Going in though, regardless. Doesn't have Vet 1 just yet for the AT grenade.
Or is that Rifleman still there?
Yeah, probably shouldn't stick around. Bazooka just do so much damage. If the Grens move in, he may lose the Rifleman squad, and the M20 has to be careful. Should be able to survive 1 Shrek, but 2 of them will take it out.
I think the Rifleman squad's going to go down here, drilling at long range against those Grenadiers. Don't want to lose another one, even with the MG there.
Well, he's baiting him into the 50 cal, so
nice
it might actually pay off. The fuel point, though, probably will get decapped regardless. And a pretty good angle so far for Romeo, having both of the fuel points captured.
He's been cut off.
Oh, nice. Grenadiers not quite facing the right direction. Should be able to kill it though. Oh.
Yeah.
Touch and go.
Yeah, that was a lucky one. 50 cal should be fine as well. Meanwhile, 3 Grens, P-Grens and an MG. A lot of fuel as well in the bank here. So I think rushing an Ostwind would definitely be an option. Ostwind's going to be very effective against the M20 as well as all of the infantry on the field. Romeo, does he have a major perhaps?
Just as you said, yeah, just being called on. Great to see some paratroopers on at this point in the game. Give them a chance to get some veterancy and really power up into the late game.
And with the M19 is going to be very, very effective. Probably going to go for a Sherman, if not a howitzer carriage. I think with how many choke points and shot blockers, Sherman's not very good where howitzer carriages. That's exactly where they come into power because of they can fire over those hedges and so forth. So I think the howitzer carriage is going to be very, very important, but then you can run the risk of not having enough AT to deal with the German tier 3, whether it be a Panzer IV or an Ostwind. Having the Sherman is generally a lot more safer.
Yeah, I think that you generally go for the safe play here, particularly as he's seen tier 2 and, you know, it's been long enough in the game with territory pretty even. You've got to be a little bit afraid of the Panzer IV coming out and ruling the show.
Yeah, indeed. Utility car still doing pretty well for himself. Can actually take out the scout car if he gets close enough. Without the upgun, the scout car just isn't very powerful against the M20, but you just don't know when the upgun is coming. And when it does come, all of a sudden, things go sour. But I think he's actually trying to bait the scout car into the M6 AT mine.
Yeah, it's still the
oh,
world.
No.
Oh, wow, the sweepers have come out here from Cataclaw. He's going to take that one away. But what I was going to say is it's the standard Cataclaw. I mean, he's so hard to deal with normally with these 221s or the 222s. He just wins all the infantry engagements by never losing his scout car. It's not working out for him as well this game, but still is playing very, very effectively. And I actually got a bazooka onto those rear echelon, which I really like.
Shrek.
It was a Shrek. I remember now. Yeah, I remember now.
Actually, I didn't realize you can individually upgrade the Shrek if you lose one. You can't do it with DPs.
That might be a new feature.
I think that's a new thing. I don't think you used to be able to do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't think so.
I know with like DPs, you can get the whole upgrade if you lose both of them. But if you only lose one, you can't get them back. MG in the garrison here will start to suppress them down, but we'll get the neutralized regardless. At the top here, Major.
Board with a Major involved.
Yeah, Major's not very good in combat, but nice to have around just for the thrill of it. Generally just used for capping points. Shrek actually killing one of the 50 cal gunners and will force the retreat. At the bottom here, the fighting position is still there. It doesn't have any rear echelon though for the rifle grenades.
Cataclaw making a bit of a fool out of me for what I said before about not getting sweepers. He's just swept that mine.
Yeah, that's actually a really good play.
Well
seeing the M20, not seeing any LMGs, no LMGs. No, not LMGs, the wrong person. Not seeing any bars. So figuring that, look, there's probably enough munitions, especially against the scout car, to justify the minesweeper.
And the Sherman's hit the field. I think he's going to have a bit of room to play around with these high explosive rounds. I don't think there's a pack. There's just the double Panzer Shreks to worry about at this point.
Going for his tier 2 now, a little bit late though.
Escalating a bit late, I think.
Yeah, could have had it just definitely a bit earlier. P4 and Shermans, they can duel very trade. Nope. They can trade or duel very evenly. Depending on RNG more than anything, if not supporting AT. And there is supporting AT across the board, so I think more than anything it's going to come down to who reinforces their tank with the P-Shreks, whether it be with the captain or
the captured Panzer Shrek or bazooka.
Yeah, really just who comes in first. Got to be careful of the false and of course the AT grenades, even the smoke grenades if Romeo does get them now. HE shells, it's risky around the P-Shreks, but they can do some pretty good damage if they do actually land, and the P-Grans aren't cheap to reinforce.
I do have to be a little bit careful. Does find the is running away on retreat. 50 cal is going to do some pretty substantial damage now. Right? Everyone.
This is nasty.
Oh yeah, it is pretty bad.
Yeah,
running around.
Generally, the 50 cal on the top does just as much as the actual HE shells.
It's really
miss so much. 50 cal has pretty consistent damage. That's another packer moving in against the Sherman. Probably a good choice. Sending in his P-Grans in the MG against the Sherman. Not exactly sure what he's doing.
Reversing in here is a bad idea.
Yeah, we'll get the penetration on both of his Shreks, and with the pack moving in as well, going in very, very deep. So.
Keep going.
Yeah, he shouldn't stick around. I mean, he wants to get some poke down, and
the pack's setting up.
Oh dear.
Wow, the pack may even kill it.
Oh,
he
lovely play from
would
Cataclaw, because I think he just threw in an attack round there and didn't quite pull it off, but always good. Worth going for that last shot. You never know.
Yeah, he would have wiped it, I reckon. Scout car as well can also contribute to the Sherman if he does get the up gun. He's got to be very, very careful of being wiped in 2 shots. So really good territory here for Romeo thus far. Has most of the map. VPs are actually pretty even though across the board, with Cataclaw just a little bit ahead in VPs.
And the Major suppressing with the help of a machine gun, obviously, but...
All the Major. Is his pistol, man?
What does he
I'd
get
be
at
scared of that
veterancy?
thing.
Number of shells drop. Oh, so he increases his strike.
Oh, that's good, because Major, the RD barrage is terrible. So Vet 2 will help it out. Vet 3, movement speed, establish retreat point. Oh, you need Vet 3 for retreat point. I didn't actually know that.
No, it's unlocked at Vet 0, but I think he locks the territory down. I think that means that they can't be captured.
Interesting.
That's
Major
cool.
barrage is going in here. Probably won't be very effective though. Major barrages, they're just not good.
It's not good.
Kills one
guy.
If that was any other barrage,
It's
How much
Yeah.
is it? 80 munitions?
that's 120.
100.
I'm pretty
Really?
sure.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
I hope
That's
not.
obnoxious.
I can't click because he's retreating. I
Yeah.
will select it in just a moment. 50 cal, sticking around, playing a risky, nice flank from Cataclaw as well, but retreats straight away. Sherman not quite on the full HP. The P4 must be coming soon. No, he's going.
Tier 4.
Yeah, he's going for his Panther. That's why he teched up late. Panther's going to be. Is it his tier 4?
Tier 3.
No, it's
Oh,
tier
tier 3.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
bad.
I wonder what we were talking about there for a second, but
I got
Exactly.
excited.
Oh, I thought it was tier 4 because you said tier 4.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's all just a,
I was taking none of that
a
shit.
chain of blaming the other person.
Stay true to yourself, Blake.
I will. I believe in myself.
Now,
I believe in the airborne, in
I'm
fact.
gonna click on the major.
I want to click on the Major.
Come on, 100. Oh, it's 120.
Ah!
It's so bad. Nice false though
I was
as
like,
well.
I was gonna say, oh, is it 60? I'm like, that's not cost efficient. Then 120. It's like, no, thank you. I'm never gonna
Yeah.
use that in my life.
I guess the main thing it's good at is forcing
off
packs,
support
but
weapons,
you can
yeah.
force packs with a fake rapid barrage.
Yeah, that's what should be used. But then, now that I know that, how worried are you going to be that it's a real barrage?
Yeah, but even then, not much of a worry because it doesn't do much.
That's what I mean.
I think it needs a buff, or just a price reduction. I guess the only reason why you would use it is
Second
if you
Sherman.
are going the airborne because you don't actually have any kind of arty. But even then, once again, utility car doing some pretty good damage with non-upgun scout car. Even the M1s
He'll
contributing.
throw a nade here, which... Oh, he's throwing it
The
north.
M20's gonna go on a chase.
Oh, the nade might get it!
Oh,
No,
wow.
Nade almost got the wipe on that one. M20 though, will it chase it down? Not quite. Looking for the
Oh, he's going
bazooka.
for the long-range bazooka.
That was a nice play.
Maybe. P-Shrek's arm moving in.
Now, double Shermans could be very strong here if he engages those. A single Panzerschreck squad can't stand up to that.
No, even a single P4 of the Stug. Probably a good choice.
Probably a good choice, definitely. I think the P4 just would have.
What
some-
is he doing? The Shrek will find it. The Faust will find it, actually. The Shrek's
Nothing
retreating,
finds
though,
it.
which...
I
oh,
don't
that's
think
why
he got the
Shermans.
target of the Faust there. No, he's missed it.
Has enough munitions for it, but yeah, the double Shermans will land the Faust, and
He misfired.
No,
oh,
he
no,
got it.
there it is.
other than that, though, if the Stug moves in, the Sherman may fall here, may have to use the smoke to conceal the retreat behind the point. Radio net giving a bit of extra effectiveness to the Sherman.
going in,
I
but
think
he-
I heard a squad wipe from something. Oh,
Sure.
nice play here. No false.
Oh,
Oh, there's a
very
false
nice.
moving in. He may land it, but wiping the pack. Get rid of the veteran C. The Stug is coming in soon. The Stug's going to have very good DPS against the Shermans. That will damage engine. May get wiped
Wow,
here.
the
P-Grins, though,
P-Grins.
not in a very good position. The Shrek's doing some nice damage as well. That
Utility
Sherman.
car is dead. They got the Faust in the smoke.
Ah.
Faust went down there and still have the damage engine. Oh, the
Oh.
double Shrek almost took out the Sherman. Still alive, but the Stug I think is going to get the fishing blow. Sherman v Stug. Stug's too deep.
Yeah, the Sherman can actually trade pretty well, but not
yeah.
with the double Shreks there. Ready to party. He's going in deep
Oh,
for it.
no.
What? Is
Yeah.
that a pack as
Misplay.
well?
No, I don't think he need. I think the Stug actually got
think
it.
the
Yeah,
when
the
Stug might have been
Stug
at
and the
fire.
two Shreks. Pretty good damage as well.
Oh, the Sherman.
Nice
the second
repair
Sherman.
crit.
Yeah,
Bring out the
repair
critical
critical.
repair.
Stug, though, will it find it? The vision, though, may be the saving grace here. Stug's got
gonna
the
get
rear
it.
armor, but I
He's
think he's
gonna
out
get
of
it.
vision. He's out of vision.
He
That-
can't see. He can see
Oh,
the crush stuff.
attack round,
He
attack
can see
round.
it. Attack round. Ah!
Come
I
on.
think it's too fast. I think it's too fast.
Cataclaw.
Yeah, it's over by the building now.
Yeah, the Sherman is slightly faster than the Stug,
Nice.
isn't it?
Yep, it is.
And he is coming into a lot.
That's not what you want.
That's not exactly what he wants by any means. A T grenade won't reach, but catch the bazooka at least. Yeah, didn't have the smoke either. I don't think Romeo has actually got his grenades. No grenades, so he can't
No
smoke.
grenades, yeah.
Yeah.
Has he got? Oh no, he hasn't got Basel.
I think that was a
Yeah.
huge blow. But Romeo, if he just played it safe and just backed away and repaired behind the garrison,
Yeah.
he would have had two Shermans which can kill the Stug head on. Because the Stugs aren't actually that strong. This really, their strength is just their kiting, their long range, their rate of fire, and their pretty good penetration. And rear echelon with a bazooka.
They're going to be a
some good
5-man
damage.
squad when they go back and reinforce. If
Yeah.
they
That's with the
survive.
Shrek, that is, yeah.
Now, I think this is a bit curious from Romeo. He's getting another Sherman. I think now that he's seen Tier 3 and the Stug, should probably go for the Jackson.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Major will have to back away. I mean, Shermans, they're nice if you have enough, but like 2 Shermans against a Stug and a P4, it wouldn't go towards the Shermans, especially not if that P4 is instead, say, a Panther or a Tiger. The Scout Car is so effective despite not having the up
He
gun.
could chase. Yep.
Cataclaw doesn't
no.
lose them, it just doesn't happen.
He may even lose that squad. The M19 is on the ground, already a huge blow. I hear a barrage of some kind.
Please tell me it's not the Major.
Major barrage.
No.
Loses.
No, it's not the major barrage. It's still the 221, isn't it?
Yep.
Just doesn't upgrade it and still hits Veteran T2. I think that's the first Veteran T2 221 I've ever
It
seen.
doesn't help
so.
that much against infantry, but
Yeah.
it just gives them a lot more free reign against vehicles. It's nice to have regardless. It doesn't affect their infantry DPS like it used to. Like originally it used to actually lower it.
Yeah. I remember
Pigrins
that.
will find the M19, despite the tooltip saying it improved it, didn't. Shermans will wipe it though. What was that,
no.
Blake? What was that about? Cataclaw not losing his
I like 221s.
20 minutes in the game.
Wow,
21.
lovely high explosive round there.
Yeah.
Drops another Panzer Shrek.
May even
Give it
wipe
to the
that
rear
squad.
echelon.
Double Shrek. Stug is fine, and that's a second
Oh,
Stug.
wow.
Good
Wipes
chase.
the Shrek
Wait.
though, so really good play. Yeah, 21 minutes. That's
He's
a
gonna
really
do
good
it.
time. Nice.
Yes, and it's the 5-man
Nice.
squad. Wow, that's powerful.
Tank under rear echelon.
Yeah, that's really cool. Other than that, the rear armor echelon. Oh!
Oh! That's what they're
Yeah,
going for on the Stugs here, and the Stugs just have no anti-infantry damage. 50 cal on the bottom does get the suppression. Those Stugs, they're running scared, man.
They're not Stug ease by any
They
means.
can't deal with
I'm
that.
surprised the Shermans aren't going in whilst the Stugs are firing on the rear echelon.
Wow.
Actually
Wow.
getting a lucky shot there, playing it risky and will retreat. Yeah, I
That's
think
what
the
both
Shermans probably
He's
could've-
dropped a Panzer Shrek.
Oh,
no.
no. Rear
The
echelon.
double squad.
Didn't get the rear armor
Do we get a
echelon.
Pyro Shrek squad now?
I don't know if they can cap it
No,
with a
not with a
minesweeper.
sweep.
No, no, they got a sweeper, don't they? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think
actually.
so.
I'm not sure.
No,
We'll find
they
out.
can
We're
have a
about to find
flamer
out.
and something else, but I don't think they can have that.
No,
Oh.
there you go.
And I'm
And we're
wrong.
proven wrong.
Man, that second Shrek would have been so crucial because
Yeah,
these
that's a huge
Stugs
deal.
are gonna just be very effective against Shermans. I mean, not necessarily, but when
That's a
it's
good choice.
when it's Stugs with Cataclaw's micro, then the Stugs are going to be absolutely devastating. VP's still going towards. That's going towards Cataclaw.
Cataclaw
He's ahead.
still, yeah.
I always get confused because I swap the point of view so often. Grenadiers have a bazooka, so
Bit of a trade here
Yeah.
of supplies and weapon equipment. This 50 cal, I don't know, just when all that engagement was happening to the north, he did a wonderful little swap in direction and faced it to the east and cut down 2 grenadiers and suppressed the squad force to retreat.
nice.
It was really nice, especially considering how low health they were.
I think even the Thompsons would be a good idea on the paratroopers because it's going to give them really good short-range firepower, which is what you're going to want against the P-Shreks and as well as the Grenadiers if you're being aggressive, and I think he's going to have to be aggressive with them. Defensively, the M19s are generally a bit better. But
So the Thompsons, do they have a bit more damage per second, like longer range than the PPSH? Are they a better weapon? or-
I think they're actually very similar to the PPSH. They just have more DPS.
Yeah.
In terms of their short, medium, long profiles,
Similar.
they're pretty similar. Their medium
Okay.
range is pretty bad, but their short range is just insane. It's better than
ridiculous.
STGs, better than PPSH.
Okay.
The medium doesn't compare to an STG, but yeah, it's really good. And mainly it's the fire on the move. The M19s do fire on the move, but not as effective. May find the false in front of the double Stug. G43s as well.
Yeah, so which commander have we... Oh, we've got
Tiger
elite
Ace.
troops.
Elite
Yeah.
troops.
man.
Yeah.
This is going to be really against the Shermans. The Tiger Ace is going to annihilate those Shermans. M1 will face up against the Stugs. Yeah, I think the Tiger Ace will win the game here. With no Jackson on the field and with not really much other AT. Has the M1, but that wouldn't last long. Whoa, he loses the Stug to the M1. And also the rear echelon.
Possibly the Shreks from the rear echelon.
Yeah. So that's going to be a nice victory. But can actually afford it. He just needs to get...
The manpower. But he's
yeah.
going for a mortar now, and I mean, maybe a good investment for the veterans here, but I want to get that Tiger Ace out ASAP.
Well, I think he'll wait until he has more pioneers in the
Yeah,
military
that's
because
true.
you lose your manpower income. So generally, it's worth
This
floating.
Stug's in trouble here.
Yeah, Sherman can kill it though. Even the Shrek, if he actually fires on it, the pack is getting cut down. Why he's
Oh,
firing
that's
the
a good
Sherman
shot.
still. Nice work there, but
That's the
will
wipe.
wipe. The Stug actually kills the Sherman. Vet one as well. So that was the long time one. Rear echelon may get wiped by the Grenadiers in the garrison. Your Stug won't always get
Indeed.
penetrated by the Sherman here. Mortar won't contribute. And that's the smoke from
Great
the Panzer
smoke.
Tactician. Can attack round through it though. That's also the bazooka on the Grenadiers. The Sherman may actually get taken out here.
He gets the attack round.
Doesn't penetrate against the Stug.
But the bazooka in the back will do it.
Oh,
the M1.
wow.
Wow, he's going
in deep. The bunker
Way
will
too
actually
deep.
wipe him. Probably a misclick. Losing the Vet 2 is going to be disastrous for the Tiger Ace. There goes pretty much all of the AT. Only that Sherman and a single Shrek will not be enough against the Tiger Ace. Not by any means. Pantherfalls as well. Gets cut down, but lands anyway, I think. Was that a mine or something?
I think he went over a mine.
Yeah,
Well,
damage crater was down there. Stug as well
Sug's
on the chase.
The tables have been turned. Oh, Sug's playing
high
it safe
stakes.
though.
I also heard a squad loss. I think it was the Rifleman squad or something.
Maybe a para squad?
Yeah, what,
Yeah, I
maybe?
think it was a
Yeah,
para squad.
wow, that sucks. Look, I think honestly at this stage, the Tiger Ace will win the game. He probably would have been fine with the Vet 2 M1 and 2 Shermans, but now, all of a sudden, there's just no AT.
Plus Cataclaw has just way more infantry as well.
Yeah, exactly.
2
And-
veteran C3 Grenadiers, one with a bazooka, the other one has G43s. I mean, that's pretty nice.
And they still scale really well with the Vet 1. The target weak point stuns, like Jackson, for example, it's deadly. Jackson, I hope it's coming out soon for Romeo. He can afford it in terms of his fuel. Needs an ambo, though, as well.
Yeah, of course. He's not had one all game, has he?
No, he hasn't. Pigrens with the
maybe
M19. Going to be pretty deadly, but it won't be able to assault very well with that one. Bazooka, though, on the Rifleman won't exactly be ideal in the retreat.
It's a good way to make the P-Runs just 100% viable everywhere. Is put an M1919 on them and they can just camp at long range and go, come bro, run into me. And if they don't, you got an M19. Firing away. So it was
Jackson.
another Paratrooper squad. Now the Jackson, is being built up. So good choices from both
Tiger
of our
Ace
players.
is going to hit the field.
Yeah, I think this is actually pretty smart, Romeo. Not going for his upgrades, which would be nice, but saving up for the Thunderbolt I think is going to be much more important.
Very important.
Because the Jackson, rear echelon, Rifleman as well as Bazooka, and a Thunderbolt
Sherman.
should be able to kill it. Yeah, Sherman as well. I mean, if he lands a Thunderbolt, you can dodge it, especially with the Tiger Ace. It's a little bit faster than normal. Do we have any bundle grenades? Not quite just yet. Paratroopers actually doing some pretty good damage.
The carbines are very good in this fight.
They're on the move as well. They're ready for the bundle nade.
Here
Oh, here it
bundle
comes.
nade.
Dodges are
Nice
the nice
dodge.
work. Yeah, they're basically medium range firepower, the paratroopers. Up close, not going to be as good as the STGs, but medium, they're pretty good.
He's got this fight though.
Yeah,
And
easy.
I don't think he needed the nade there.
I don't
Yeah.
think he did either.
With
With
that-
one model,
yeah.
but
It's kind of, well, it's reducing his, we're just talking about the strafe, right? The rocket strafe. So
yeah.
we're slowing that down a little bit.
Yeah. With that being said, Cataclaw hasn't actually played his hand either. Remember, he's got Lightning War, and he had a couple other
Yeah.
ones as well. So all
No,
we've
but he's
seen
played
is
Panzer
no,
Tactician.
yeah,
Yeah.
he has, hasn't he? Yeah.
And Lightning War doesn't.
Yeah,
have that.
Panzer Tactician's gone down now. I just remembered. Yeah, I just remembered he popped that before, and that Lightning War doesn't have it. So has played his hand. We do know Elite Troops is out
Yeah.
and in force, and here comes
Oh,
Stug.
oh no, that
Yeah,
could be
they were all
deadly.
bunched up
Right clicks
there.
are not fun.
Yeah, don't right click on points. Right clicking on points is bad. Even the Stug MG and the G43 shredding through these airborne shouldn't have stuck around for that long neg cover as well. I think he should be fine though, unless he still gets a really, really lucky shot.
Patoo.
G43s won't be that effective at long range.
Oh, dropped another bottle.
Yeah, gets away.
And they're only retreating to there though.
Indeed, MG is setting up though. G43s, though, if they keep wiping the gunner, won't be able to
frustrating,
suppress.
man.
Even the Stug as
Oh, the
well.
Stug
Yeah.
I think the Jackson's on the field though. I think that's moving in right now, and the Sherman as well, going after the Stug.
Rear echelon doing some nice damage as well. MG will suppress and print the
Oh,
chase, but a
Rifle
rifle
nade.
nade destroys the 50 cal, so needed to be repaired. But
Tiger
did,
Ace available.
yeah, indeed, and calls it in. So not going to be saving up for any more pioneers.
He's got 2 squads, one of which is Vet 3, which is an excellent repair squad.
Yeah, actually pretty close to the Thunderbolt. 20 munitions away. This is a really good window. Jackson going in deep, but just in time. If he stuns it with the target weak point in time for the Tiger Ace, could be deadly. Will have access to the
He's
Blitzkrieg,
blitzkrieging up
using
there.
it now as well. And the Jackson is
that a
facing the
position?
wrong
Not
direction here. This
prepared.
could be
Oh,
game
no.
over. If the Tiger Ace moves in now and takes out, he's up close. Jackson can't kite away from this one. Is trying to duke around it though. The turret rotation from Vet 3. Oh, he fires
gets
through it.
it.
And with the Jackson gone, only the Sherman won't be enough to deal with it. GG,
Still
well
there.
played.
Yeah.
Still gonna have the Sun weak point still. Tiger Ace got this game in a bag. They are absolute monsters against the Shermans. Calling the GG. Yeah.
Good game. I think, unfortunately, Romeo overcommitted maybe twice in that game with his Shermans pushing a little bit too deep, chasing those Stugs, and and it didn't really pay off, unfortunately. And you know, it was such a risky play; it wasn't worth it.
Well, I think, as we were saying earlier, about one Sherman being safe for the sake of dealing with the German tier 3, like a P4, but double Sherman, like I think that's a bit silly, because then you don't have the Jackson for the heavy, hard-hitting AT, and then if you need more anti-infantry, a howitzer carriage will suffice, and then that can be used much more safely and much more passively. So I think that was ultimately it. If we had one Sherman, 2 Jacksons, rather than 2 Shermans, 1 Jackson, that would have been enough to deal with the armor, and then the Tiger Ace eventually wouldn't have been as effective. But it was really good play with the infantry from Cataclaw, able to deal with the riflemen and even the airborne as well.
Yeah, some lovely plays like the rifle grenade killing the lieutenant early on.
Ah,
and
that
squads
sucks,
down,
yeah.
So, yeah, those are hard to come back from. Those sort of, you know, that guy, when he hits the field, could just has such damage output with the bar and the Thompson. To lose it in its very first engagement hurts.
Definitely is tough.
In last words?
No, I really like that fighting position. I think that's a cool new thing.
As long as you wire it.
As long as you wire the side, yeah. I bet you didn't know about it, because, I mean, looking at it, you'd think, oh, yeah, it's cool, just put a fighting position there, because I've never actually run an infantry squad on the left-hand side of that building.
I knew you could do it.
Yeah.
I've wired it off before.
Yeah.
But yeah, you might have to wire off here. But then you lose the access to the munitions. But yeah, I want to play with it. It looks like a pretty fun thing to do. Especially because this munitions point can be contested pretty hard, and you don't see the rifle nades coming.
Yeah.
So you won't be able to dodge them in time. But I think that'll wrap this one up. We're the Generals Gentlemen. Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Thanks, everybody.